Hello and welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Dumi Hlapo, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. To kickstart the day, some rely on a hot cup of coffee, while others prefer the sweet sounds of radio.
CliffCentral.com.
Gareth Cliff is one of South Africa's most renowned media personalities. Having been in radio for almost 20 years, he has now moved on to host the Gareth Cliff Show from 6 to 9 a.m. on his very own online platform, CliffCentral.com. We had the opportunity to get a better understanding of the man behind the mic and what his day entails, from pre-show preparation to how and why he does what he does.
It's not as much of an intensive, let's prepare this is what we're going to have to do. I mean, you need to know what guests are coming in. If they've got a book like Marco has that we're going to talk to just now, then you've got to read the book. But otherwise, if there's specific stuff we have to prepare around the show, it's usually done the day before. And Flax is producing, so he'll tell me, oh, we've got this guy popping in, or we've got this coming up on the show. And sometimes I'll say to him, I want to talk to this person, or we need to do this. But it's not like it's not artificial. It's not manufactured. You know, we wake up together. We start our day together. We talk about the stuff that's going on in the world. We talk about what we care about. Sometimes we get a little heated. Sometimes we argue, sometimes we'll laugh together. And if you've been doing that for enough years with people who've listened to you for enough time, you feel like you really know each other. I mean, I feel like I know my audience and I feel like they know me. I'm really interested in people. Like, I'm interested in them when they're in the studio with me. I don't really like them when I'm outside of the studio. But when they're in here, you could find out the most fascinating things about someone. And for that little bit of time that we spend together, I want to make it count. I want to make it valuable to whoever's listening. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm performing at the level I'm meant to. We all get tired. You know, you're human. And if I came in here every day, bouncing off the walls and being all excited to be alive, which I try to do most of the time, and it doesn't even feel like an effort, but if I faked it, people would know straight away, A. And B, I would need some kind of chemical to keep me like that. And I'm just like you. I'm not going to do that. Not for the sake of the job. In the age of social media, everybody who's online could say or do or intimate something that could get them into huge amounts of trouble, or could make them very, very popular and famous and interesting. So everyone has that power. It's not just people behind the microphone these days. You know, it's not only the people behind the cameras and microphones that make the headlines. It could be anyone. There's probably someone sitting at home right now who's going to tweet something today and they'll regret it tonight. Probably a lot of us who will. And that's the exciting thing about being around in 2016. It's exciting, but it's also terrifying. Every day is embarrassing. Didn't you hear me talking earlier about what I looked like in photographs? Every day there's something to talk about that's embarrassing. And I never leave here with a feeling of supreme self-confidence.
I'm Riley Sakaniposakwe for Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, JoburgToday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. Johannesburg launched its very own bread yesterday called Joburg bread. Now, this bread is very different and unique from the bread that we usually consume daily because it's made up of wheat, fiber, avos, and mango to produce tasty and healthy bread.
History has been made today in Soweto, Pimville, where the city of Johannesburg Mayor Park Stawu launched the Joburg bread, which is cheaper and healthier.
Well, today's launch is a culmination of a lot of work that we've been doing over the past few years, researching alternative ingredients to bread, particularly healthier ingredients. We're using mango seeds as the alternative to the salt and sugar content of our bread. We've done research with the institutions in the Philippines. And over the past few months, we've been adapting it to the local palate to ensure that at least the local consumer would be able to enjoy the bread.
All the breads we're making are without sugar because a lot of people are not even aware how much sugar is in the bread that we buy in the shops. So having healthy bread is definitely a plus, since bread is one of the main sources of food for a lot of people.
We're now at the point that we are convinced we're ready for the bread to be rolled out in the city of Johannesburg. It is healthier bread, it is cheaper bread, so we think that there would be a lot of demand for the bread and it would contribute towards the healthy living lifestyle program that we develop and support as the city of Joburg.
I'm for Joburg Today.
Hi guys, my name is Boiti and you're watching Joburg Today.
That's all for today. For more on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself, Dumi Hlapo, and the Joburg Today crew, it's goodbye.